next up is Malcolm. So Malcolm is a self-admitted payments guy and geek. That was what he said. Who on the one hand cares a lot about the cost of payments as a line item, but loves the possibilities that mobile payments can also create for its various stakeholders. So Malcolm, question for you. How do you reconcile those two sides of your personality when you do your day job?
By coming to opportunity.
Okay, great.
So, sure, I've been at Home Depot about 7 years. Been in financial services for maybe 12 or 13 before that. Spent a lot of time on the issuing side before I came to Home Depot for some of the larger banks. If any of you guys applied for a credit card in the late 90s, your application probably went through a system that I worked on. So if you got a bank credit card, sorry. Been at Home Depot for about 7 years now. Spent time on both our private label side, our electronic check side, and in the last 2 or 3 years I've been working exclusively on managing our costs associated with our acceptance of Visa and Mastercard banks. And to that point, we are looking at a number of ways of managing our cost. Both the line of regulations from the Fed, put so much regulations in that space. Thanks, but it could have been a little bit better. And looking at things like technology to drive more efficiency in our existing process, and looking at things like mobile as being potential ways of connecting to customers more directly and eliminating some of that friction in the existing payment system between the merchant and the customer. No offense to you, Sid, I understand it isn't that service that you guys are doing. And obviously you guys are not a major part of that cost. We all know what the cost really is. So, and that, just in general, I mean, you heard Cynthia talk about that great group that she put together, but were there any merchants in that group?
Yes. Well, we had someone from MAG who represents the merchants initially, because as I mentioned, it was a small group. This past meeting we had like 3 weeks ago, we expanded that merchant representation to the big boxes, but also someone representing the small merchants as well. There's some prepaid so absolutely. Ryan Cook from Walmart was in the room, Kroger was in the room.
So we've got, so merchants have been complaining that we don't get a seat at the table in a lot of these types of discussions. That's changing. So again, Jim, I appreciate the invitation of allowing the merchant to be here so that we can present our perspective as well.
See, the controversy is already starting. Isn't that great? Okay, Sid, so you're up next, and Sid has spent a large portion of his career as an executive on the merchant acquiring side, first at HSBC and now Mobile Payments. And so curious to know what you can share about the similarities and differences between serving merchants on the HSBC side and now Mobile Payments.
Well, thank you, and good morning to everyone. Well, HSBC actually divested the business in favor of Global, so it's essentially been the same merchant acquiring business that I've been dealing with. Merchant acquirer, payment processor that deals with millions of small, medium, and large merchants across the world. We have a significant presence outside the United States as well. And the requirements of this merchant base can essentially be distilled down to a few things. How can payments be an enabler of business as opposed to being a barrier? And as Malcolm alluded to, how can processors provide merchants with always available, highly secure, and at-razor-thin margin services, and that helps them bring in more footfalls, more consumers into their establishments. And I think that's essentially what, as head of product at Global, we wrestle with. How do we bring in more products, more value-added services into the different segments of merchants that we process for? And I think mobile, from that perspective, is a great and very relevant concept to product development. Because mobile represents a phenomenal opportunity, and as someone said quite anonymously, and I've used this before, so pardon me if you've heard this, but mobile is one of the most consequential product in the history of mankind. I think it's an exaggerated statement, but if you look at the take-up of smartphone over the last 3 or 4 years, it's been faster than PCs, faster than any other device that we've known. And as a payment processor, we're very interested in seeing how we can fuse what mobile has to offer with what our merchants need. And Karen, you made a couple of good points on mobile being a channel replacer and a channel enhancer, and that's exactly where some of our energy is focused. So I'd love to talk more about that today with the audience.
Terrific. And then finally, we have Alan, who is you need to know all these guys, but Alan in particular, because he has the money. So he has a lot of leverage as a result to make or break new ideas. So curious to get your view, Alan, on the kinds of companies that are currently in your portfolio and why.
Thanks, Sid. I do need the microphone. I'm a bit of a mumbler. You broadcast very well. Microphone needed, I think. Well, our fund that we raised 4 years ago is 60% healthcare, IT services, 40% software related, and of that 40%. And then we do 20% specialty financial transactions. I think in the venture world, I think in the world overall, there aren't a whole lot of people that really understand who gets paid what when you swipe your Visa card. And to actually have that expertise and knowledge is somewhat unique. The transaction flow is different. And for Atlanta as an ecosystem, where we have everything from POS, global payments, to internet banking being founded here with Fiserv, it's just a tremendous sort of place to kind of to be foundationally for us. We have invested in some payment processors and some ISOs in this latest fund, which has been an interesting challenge, both good and bad. And in the past, we've done mobile banking, and we thought that mobile banking, which was Firethorn, which Qualcomm paid a ton of money for a long time ago, 4 years ago, was going to be sort of the gateway to mobile payments, and it wasn't. And there's a variety of reasons for that. So the thing that we're fixated on when we look at all the mobile payment opportunities is why is it compelling for the consumer? Why is it compelling for the merchant? And really, when is this going to happen? Because we can be sitting around for a long time with investments that don't really have the uptake, even though we have tremendous statistics around smartphones.
Well, we'll dig into that in just a few minutes. Okay, so now we're going to transition into even more controversy, because now we're going to get into the substance of the issue with some questions that I'll direct to the panelists to start the conversation.